Oh, I think we're live. I think we're live, John.
Yeah, we're live.
I think we're live.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's how it'll look there. Everything's good. What's up, everybody? Let's see, do we have friends? I don't know.
If not, they'll be here soon, that's for sure.
If not, they will be here soon.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. What's going on, Gary?
I don't know, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Starting to get the new office prepped.
Very cool.
Yep.
What kind of business can we talk about first to kick things off today? Today's line of business.
You know what?
What do you got? You got some business?
Yeah, I got some business.
Let's hear some business.
I don't know if you've seen any of the videos from Andrea Perrin that have been coming out, but apparently there are some people that are against, you know, the whole Jason Hawes Conjuring House thing, and they're being very horrible, making fun of her and her cancer at the same time. That is true.
Who would do that?
That is true. She released I just saw a video of her talking. Let me tell you something. You know how sweet she was in the interview, right? This woman literally flipped the switch and just gave it to him in this video. I was like, wow. I'm like, good for you. Yeah, who would do that, right? Isn't that insane?
Who would do that?
Like, regardless if you don't care about the Conjuring House, you think the whole thing's a scam, you think the whole thing is BS. Who would make fun of a woman with cancer?
It's absurd.
Isn't that crazy?
That is weird.
That blows my mind. Like, that blows my. Listen, I get you. People are passionate about things, right? But you don't throw away human decency because of your passion, regardless of how you feel on a subject.
So strange to me.
Oh, it's foreign. It's a very foreign concept to me. I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Heather and Joan and Tammy and John. I lost your audio.
Did you really?
Oh no. You know what? You know what? No, I didn't. You know what? I was looking at. I was just looking at the other. There's a delay, right? So I'm just looking at the other screens, and so I'm seeing you talk on YouTube, and I have that screen muted, and I'm like, I can't fucking hear. But I'm just looking at the wrong place. So stupid.
I'm about to be like, where'd my voice go?
It's an old man thing. DJ Third Eye, Heather Atten, Joan, guys, thank you so much for being here today.
Coming in, guys.
What else can I tell you? So we've got I think that's shit. And look, man.
I'll send you the video. I'll send you the video after this so you can see it.
I bet I know what it's from because I watched she told me to watch. She sent me a link to things she did with there was 10 people in there, and Jason Hawes' kid was in there, and that daughter was in there, and then Jason Hawes was in there, and there's some people that work in the house, and some other influencers, and she started the thing off with a real hardcore rant, she went off on a bunch of people. Maybe that's what it's from, and it's been traveling around.
Yeah,
but it's probably what it is. It's I don't know. I don't understand the business going on behind a GoFundMe. I think it was probably done for speed. Otherwise you'd make it a Kickstarter.
No.
But with that said, I don't have a dog in that race, so I don't care. Andrea Perrin was nice to us. I'll happy to promote what she wants to promote. And if they want to do something with that house, more power to them. I really don't care what they do. I don't care if they turn it into the Simpsons house and make it pink, orange, and I don't care.
Yeah, right.
It's something she wants, and let it be that with ghosts, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing too. It's a farmhouse. We're not talking about some majestic, super historical property. Sure, there is historical value with the farmhouse, obviously. But the way people are acting about this,
it's insane. I don't understand why anybody ever cares so much about something. I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here.
It's just one of those. Yeah. But it's just one of those things where it's okay, look what we're talking about, and if you're passionate about it, awesome. But you don't have to get so low to prove a point that you attack a woman who is sick. I just find that downright horrible. People always talk about evil this and evil that, demons this and demons that. You want real evil?
It's weird, man. All right, so what else can we tell? So that was a good episode. So, guys, check out. We have our own interview with Andrea where it's not dark. And she has some
pleasant interview.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's part her, legacy versus the history, right?
Yep.
It's not just her history, but it's moving forward with it. And then we've got the Mike Dorsey episode dropping on. That's going to be, I feel like that'll be a little controversial with people because he's the executive producer of Ghost Adventures House Calls with Mr. Zach Bagans. And it's, look, man, you know, I know Mike for a long time. He's a man of integrity. He's a great producer, a great documentarian. I trust him when he says something's not bullshit. It's not bullshit. You know, like he's capturing what is happening. And there you have it. So, you know, and it's really interesting to hear his ghost stories, the things because he's not somebody who was ever, Mike is not a Mr. Ghost guy.
Yeah,
he's not. He was a true crime producer or documentary from history docs to like the Tupac and Biggie murder doc. He just released the Ted Bundy files on Fox Nation. He produced that with Zach, but he produced that series. He's a true crime guy. So he went in to bring that sort of eye into that show, you know, which is great. And we'll see how, you know, it's a good episode. It's a really interesting take on it. And if you wanted not to wait till Tuesday, guys, for $4.99, you can subscribe and you can get episodes. We got to figure out like how we want to make these episodes. We want to do it like a week. I dropped those first 3 real early, right? So we've got that, and you can see the Steve Parsons, a real old school ghost hunter episode up front. But then I'm thinking a week ahead. No, 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, I think a week. I think a week is good.
A week ahead. Yeah. So if you want to see episodes early, subscribe, and you can see episodes early. Yeah. We offer that, and we have some guests today, and they're sitting in the waiting room. A couple weeks ago, we did an episode with Christy Reeder for any local East Coast New Yorkers. They ran a story in John and I's neck of the woods called Haunted Tri-State, where they covered, you know, these haunted locations, and it was like a journalist perspective as they, you know, it's probably it's a Halloween stunt, you know, to really sort of trying to boost up local ratings and doing this. And they found a lot of local paranormal investigators to sort of help them out. And what I found interesting, so we're about to sit down with a couple people from an organization called Full Moon Paranormal. And what I liked about them, and we'll talk to them in a second here, it's an all-women team. And, you know, John, it's like, how often do you see these teams? There's like one token woman, right? Yeah. And it's like, here we've got, you know, now we're
listen, there are plenty of teams that are, you know, devised of women. I mean, the whole genre of the paranormal, you know, especially on the viewership basis, is basically women.
I don't see a lot. Men. I haven't seen it. Well, look, I'm new to this whole thing, but I haven't seen a lot of teams.
Trust me, they're out there.
They might be out there, but there's not a lot of them. Like a full, like just an all-woman team. I have seen very few of those. It's usually a bunch of dudes like this with black T-shirts, you know, and arms folded, and then there's one chick in the mix. You know what I mean?
I gotta be super serious.
Yeah, you know, real serious. It's real hardcore. So let's bring them in. I want to hear some of their ghost stories. I want to hear you know, some of their haunts. So let's say hello to Lisa and Nicole from Full Moon Paranormal. Well, until she is there, we're live, so we're going to keep moving forward. Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. How long have you been with Full Moon?
I started Full Moon in 2021.
Did you launch it? Are you the founder?
Yes, I did. Me and my friend Debbie did. She's no longer with the team, but yeah, her and I started it in 2021.
So I said, you know, I found you guys on that Haunted Tri-State series.
Okay.
And I found it. Was that a fun experience?
Oh yeah, that was real fun actually. She reached out to us. I'm trying to think, like sometime in April or May. We filmed back in July, and we had a real good time with it because none of them had ever investigated. So it was real fun to take them in and like.
All right, so you founded. What brought you to founding this organization where you are? What part of New York are you in?
We're from the Hudson Valley. I'm personally from Middletown, New York, but we're all from Hudson Valley. But what started it was just my desire to like always, go ghost hunting. I would join other teams. I'd go to other people's events. And honestly, I didn't really like how they ran things. So I wanted to start my own thing where people could come and investigate without being told how to investigate. Like a lot of things I was going to, people are like, oh, this is the only way to do it, or this is the only way to do it. And I wanted people to come and be able to do an investigation the way they wanted to do it. Kind of how I started it.
Who's they? When you say like you didn't like the way they were doing it.
When I would go to an event, I've had the participant. So when people come to my events, when I do some like events, I want them to be able to do whatever they want.
I see. What was your first experience with the paranormal?
Oh gosh, probably I don't remember how old I was, but apparently I was seeing things that other people were not seeing because I used to tell my mom about the man upstairs and the woman over here. And then as I got a little bit older, I wasn't seeing things anymore, but my mom was always very into the paranormal. She was doing like Ouija boards and seances, and I don't know, I experienced all kinds of things since a very young age.
So you kind of grew up in like a little bit of a woo-woo kind of house.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, do you consider yourself a medium of some kind, or okay? Now, and how did you put your team together? How did you assemble this crew?
So me and my friend Eddie decided we were just going to start our own thing, and that's basically what we did. And we found Nicole. Well, we put out an ad. I think it was on Facebook or something, and we found Nicole. She was the first person that answered us, and we spent like,
Perfect
spent
timing.
like 2 hours on the phone that day, and then she joined our team, and then that led to someone else and somebody else, and we all just kind of got together, and here we are.
But you didn't look for like a certain skill set, or was it just word of mouth, or how did you? I can hang out with this person in a scary place.
Well, no, we were looking for somebody who was specifically said, we're looking for like-minded people interested in the paranormal or possibly a medium. We were also looking for people that were more science-based, that were like wanting to do mystery research, and somebody like Nicole. That was more of a skeptic because we wanted the balance for our team.
Gotcha. What is it about now? Do you find there's enough hauntings to go around in your area that you're getting a lot of work and business?
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely. We're big on Para-Unity. We work with a lot of different teams. There's always new locations to check out, always places to go investigate.
Wait, what was that word? Para-Unity?
Para-Unity.
Yes, Para-Unity.
What is that? Is that just like we can't we all get along kind of thing?
Pretty much. I mean, it's working with other teams. It's kind of the concept that everybody can come together, bring something to the table to further the field.
I love that word, John. We need a word like that because
we need a word like that.
I mean, look, we do this. We started this live where it was about trying to find other creators and paranormal people. That's who we want as guests on this live. People we find, talk about different perspectives about what they're looking, what they're doing. Para-Unity. Now I'm mad that I didn't think of it.
We didn't either. So no credit to us. It flies around a lot.
It's a great word. All right. So how many investigations did you say your team has been on now?
I don't even know. We do one public investigation every month. And then we do a bunch of private cases, a bunch of investigator only, which is our friends, our little para family, hanging out, investigating.
All right, now you're just putting para on everything. That's not fair.
Well, Para-Unity and Parafam, that's all we got.
All right. So with all of your investigations, everything that you've been seeing out there, and for all the years you've been doing this, what do you think spirits are? Because that's sort of what we're trying to do here with this podcast, get a different perspective on what are spirits. So what have you come across that makes you think this is what they are, or this is what I'm trying to figure out what they are?
Lisa, you want to start? Because we have different perspectives on this, I think.
Oh, really? You guys don't even agree on what they are. I'd love to
Yeah,
let's hear it.
I know I should
Let's go.
like him 8 times on this, but spirit to me are just people that are coming like through like different I don't really know, like if it's leftover energy or it's people that have passed on that just really like where they were, or if they're just coming to visit us, but they're just forms of energy, I believe. I really don't have a clear definition of a spirit.
All right. What about you, Nicole? What's your perspective?
So I have no idea what a spirit is. I know
Nobody does. That's why I'm asking. Like, that's what if we knew what spirits were, it would be the That's the idea. But what do you think it is?
So, like, we know that something is interacting with our equipment, something responds to questions, whether that is the actual soul of a deceased person or something interdimensional or time warpy kind of thing. That's what I'm really interested in. Or even if it's just our ability to kind of project things onto the equipment.
Or just leftover residual energy.
Yeah.
So what do you do? So how do you work a scene for a client to determine what it is and how best to? Do people ever come to you like, "Hey, I got a ghost in my house. I need you to get it out"?
Yeah.
So how do you know what you're getting out? How do you determine what you're dealing with, and then you try to get it out?
So I think we go in and we just try to get a baseline of what's there. Half of our team is mediums, so they'll tune in. They'll try to see what kind of energies they pick up. And we'll set out equipment. We'll see if we can get any responses, if it's something residual that just keeps replaying, or if it's something intelligent that we can communicate with. And 9 out of 10 times, if somebody's having an issue in their home, it can resolve itself just by them setting boundaries with whatever the entity or energy or spirit is and say, hey, we both have to live here, but these are my boundaries. Do not bother my children. Do not bother my pets. And most of the time that's effective.
So you set out.
What's your that's intent.
Yes.
What's your favorite spot in the Upper Hudson Valley? Like, what's for the both of you? Like, right now, if I was like, hey guys, let's all meet up right now and go somewhere. What's the first place that comes to mind?
Right now, this very day would be Carnwath Historic Parks. That's up where we just visited recently, and we're looking forward to going back very much. Has a lot of layers of history. And now.
And has your investigations at all with those layers, have they has anything matched up and made you go, oh, this is like amazing?
We just really started investigating there, so nothing like super crazy, but it's definitely active. Definitely things are setting our equipment up or getting EVPs. People were thinking they were seeing shadows, but it was more of a public event. So we're going back actually next month just with investigators and cameras, and we'll really get in there and see what's going on. But just the bottom there is very
cool.
So there was one kind of crazy thing that was really interesting.
Yeah,
when we went. So this location, it was actually built as a monastery. So the brothers were living there. And then afterwards, it was used as a home for the mentally disabled. So one of our team members, Stephanie, kept seeing a woman in white. And she said she looked like a nurse or a nun, but that didn't make any sense to her because it was a monastery and there wouldn't have been nuns there. But we got the confirmation from the town supervisor, who is the historian as well, that there were indeed nuns there that wore white. And there's no way she would have known that, because even in our research, that never came up.
Yeah.
It's that micro history that you need like newspapers.com for and hope there's an article about it, or something to match up. Yeah, that micro history is crazy. So that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild. Very cool.
He definitely knows a lot about that property. He'll be joining us when we do our investigator only, so that's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Oh, the historian? You're going to have the historian with you?
Oh, that's cool. Verify if we're getting some things or feeling things.
Nicole, you like dealing with the UFO space as well. right?
do,
Like I
yeah.
think you're. How does that fit in? Does that fit in at all to Full Moon Paranormal, or is that just sort of your own bag on your side? I deal with aliens on the side.
Kind of on the side, yeah. We do mostly public ghost hunts. That side of the paranormal. My other side gig is I co-host Alienate UK, the podcast on YouTube, and we
Okay.
really dive into more of the cryptid, alien, UFO kind of vibes.
Have you ever had an experience?
I saw a UFO once. It was out in my backyard when I was really young, and my mom actually brought me outside to look at this weird like green light that was in the sky. And this was before drones were flying everywhere. This was back in the day, so it was
Sure.
definitely something that we couldn't explain.
Were you able to see the shape, or just a light?
It was a light. It was kind of oval and like oblong,
Interesting. Cool.
capsule shaped.
Capsule shape. Cool.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you guys this: as an all-female team in what is predominantly and traditionally a male-dominated field, have you encountered any unique perspectives or had to overcome anything when you go and meet with people in this regard?
Oh yeah.
When you guys walk in do tell.
100%. There are some locations that we go, especially things that are generally male dominated, like we'll be in Masonic halls or we'll be in we were at the 1776 house in Tappan, and this is a big place for the Revolutionary War. They did a lot of meetings there, and that was all men. So we go into the space and it feels like something is physically pushing you out.
And we have been told to get out. Yes, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's because you're a woman?
Well, the men who were with us, because we were doing a investigator-only event there, didn't have that same experience. It was only the women.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah. And we get a lot of females and children that come through to us, more so than we find happens with the male investigators we work with sometimes. Because we would be a safe person to go to.
You got that parent energy.
We've also been called
That parent
we've also been called witches through our equipment many times. Yeah.
Oh, they do that all the time. It's ridiculous. It's because they see I mean, you guys probably have tripods and everything else. They must think we're walking around with staffs, that are lighting up and speaking and everything else. I get called. I have spirits say that I'm doing witchcraft all the time, and it's like, no, I'm not. And I try to explain what I'm doing. Some get it, some don't. But yeah, that makes sense. You guys getting called witches. So how far into the lower Hudson Valley have you guys investigated?
We kind of go all over the place. We'll go to Sleepy Hollow, down in Westchester. We have a library talk up in Albany. But we don't just stay in Hudson Valley. We go to Jersey. We go to Pennsylvania. We've been to West Virginia. Yeah. We go all over.
Gettysburg. Cool. We love Gettysburg.
Very cool.
Gettysburg, yeah.
That's
a big one.
Yep, Gettysburg. I was there in September, and I'm heading back there for Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
Gettysburg is the, I feel like Gettysburg, I've said this before, it's the ghost hunter mecca.
Yes.
It's like everyone's got to get to Gettysburg and see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so you said you had been to Gettysburg before and you're going back.
We go every year for the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash in July.
What's that? Is that like where you dress up?
It is
a war recreation?
No.
Is it one of those?
I don't want to call it a convention. It has vendors, it has speakers, but it's more like a big family reunion. It's less focused on the celebrities and more focused on everybody just getting together, sharing ideas, enjoying each other, hanging out. But it's a very big thing in the paranormal community over here.
When is that?
That is...
So,
Lisa, do you know when it is?
Well, I think it's the last weekend in July. I'm not positive.
All right, so it's in the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely in July.
So what's the ultimate goal for you guys for full moon? Where do you guys want to take your paranormal business or place you want to go? What is that next phase?
Lisa?
I'm kind of
Anything?
go with the flow and see where it takes us, kind of person. So, I mean, just wherever the road leads. That's me. I think Nicole has different ideas. But I mean,
I think Nicole. It sounds like Nicole's, gaming to take over.
No. Me and Lisa are partners.
but
Got it. What do you want to do with it? What would you like to see, Nicole?
So we definitely want to scale our events. That's primarily what we do publicly is public-led ghost hunts. We do a lot of fundraisers for historic places in our area through the paranormal events. So we're able to get in some really cool places that a lot of people don't even know exist in this area. We have such a rich history and people don't even know it's here. So through the paranormal, they'll come in and they'll get really interested in local history, in different lore, in preserving these buildings. So that's my favorite part of what we do.
me too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That is very cool. Look, guys, so this is Full Moon Paranormal. You can find them at fullmoonparanormal.com. Do you have anything big coming up you want to plug?
We have tomorrow night, actually, we have a Possessed Possessions event at the Moon Serpent Bone Cafe in Beacon. So we're going to be teaching people about haunted objects. They're going to bring in their haunted objects for us to kind of evaluate and investigate with them, see if they actually have a spirit attachment. And then Saturday, we have our fundraising tours at Edmondson House in New Windsor. So you get a little bit of a history, they're going to do a talk, and then we're going to investigate the building.
That's amazing.
Very cool.
That's fun. That's good. I like that you guys do that.
Mm-hmm. Were you ever able to get into Smalley's Inn before it closed?
No, and I even tried contacting the realtor.
Yeah, no. Yep. So she shot you down, right? Mm-hmm. They want nothing to do with that history anymore. Nothing to do.
That's terrible.
Isn't it? Well, I did an investigation when I used to do investigations. Now I document. Very different now. But when I used to do investigations, I did one back in 2008, 2009, and it was sad because they were trying to put on a show. They were like, the place is haunted. It's a place that is haunted, but the old owners were trying to spice it up. They were throwing stuff at us and like flipping lights off on us. And I'm an electrician, so I was able to tell that there was 3 ways run and what they were doing. But the evidence I got when I was left alone was awesome, EVPs and things like that. And I'm just so curious about that place because there's a headstone underneath the stairs in the basement that's real, that they uncovered. And with the whole story with the daughter, 10 years old, she had Down syndrome. I think she's 8 or 10 years old. Down syndrome. Murdered by the father. And that spot, speaking about history, was the courthouse, the morgue, the everything for Carmel at the time. I was able to get in there once. Like I said, it was, as far as investigating, it was sad because I was able to tell they were trying to put on a show. But the fact that it's empty now, and I tried, same thing. I called the realtor and they want nothing to do with anything paranormal. And it's like, oh, I wish I could just get in there,
I know. That's an incredible place. I never got to go there and I always wanted to.
Yeah. So
Yep. Oh, who knows? Maybe it'll change.
Do. I admit them
You never know.
in there. I just don't want it. I don't like it.
No.
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of people get freaked out.
Have you guys done the Terrytown Estate in
No.
Sleepy Hollow yet?
Mm-mm.
You gotta, if you do end up going, because they're gonna make you book a room and whatnot. I have a promo code. You can use my promo code Santa, and it'll knock 20% off your stay. And try to get the King's Mansion or the Cottage.
King's Mansion.
Either the King's Mansion or the Cottage, and it's got a super awesome history. I experienced tons of things there. I'm trying to go now at least once a week for my documentation when they don't have weddings and whatnot. And it's a fun place too. It's very loose, so they're not gonna, no one's really gonna bother you. So it's a cool spot to catch out.
I can't believe you guys haven't gone to Sleepy Hollow and you're in Westchester, like sort of in that Hudson Valley area. It's like, come on.
We go to Sleepy Hollow. I just haven't been there.
Well, they said they go to Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Where have you been to Sleepy Hollow? Have you gone to what's the other spot? There's obviously there's the cemetery, Sleepy Hollow
Cemetery. Yeah, that's a big one.
But
we were talking.
They're so strict over there, though. They shut down at 4:30. It's
not easy to be a lot of
we're talking to the people from the music hall.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lise.
Yeah, that's right. The music hall. Yep. There's another tavern. I know there's a tavern there that you can eat that they claim to be haunted. I've never checked it out. And then there's a Sunnyside. I think it's Sunnyside Inn.
Yeah.
It's Washington Irving's original homestead. That's allegedly haunted. It's pretty great. I go up to Sleepy Hollow here and there. That's about as far as I go in the Hudson Valley up that way. Right for now anyway. I'm more of a down in the lower Hudson Valley, walking around and whatnot. So
it's hard with the bigger places like Sunnyside because they don't really need the funds. So that's why we kind of try to dive into these little historic places like the Mizzier Homestead and Wappagers, places that definitely are in need of some fundraising because they're more willing to work with us and let us in.
Now,
I love that you guys do that.
You mentioned Beacon, and I've heard some things about Beacon. I've heard that there is just tons of occult stuff that happens up there. That's all on the hush hush. I've heard that there's an abandoned college, or it was originally a hospital and then a college that's in ruins up there where a lot of dark stuff happened. Is there any have you heard anything about that? Are there any actual truth in those claims?
So there's a lot of occult stuff, a lot of witchy stuff that happens in Beacon. It's kind of a hippy dippy city now. The Moon Serpent Bone Cafe that we're going to is actually in the old high school. And that high school is very haunted.
I know there's a lot of witchy stuff, right? That I do know. But I'm not talking about the witchy stuff. I'm talking about like the darker stuff. Like the like a lot of rich people that are involved and whatnot, and all that. Dark stuff. We're talking sacrifices and the works. Have you guys ever heard anything about that up there? Or is this just people, running their mouths?
I have not.
There was a house in Pine Bush, New York, that there supposedly was a satanic church where they were doing rituals. That's not far from my house. It's a regular house now. I don't know how anybody lives there, but yeah, there's a lot of rumors about that in that area.
They always blame the Satanists.
Yeah.
And I think the school that you're talking about was Millbrook School.
Yes.
Was
Millbrook
School. I believe they demolished it a little while ago, a couple years back.
Did they?
Yeah.
I only went up there. I went up there maybe back in 99, 2000. I was literally a teenager. I was 15 years old when me and a bunch of friends drove up there to check that out. It was falling apart then. It wasn't something you really wanted to walk through then. So that makes sense that they demolished it. That's a shame.
They did build a ShopRite. I think it's a ShopRite. It's definitely a grocery store on the site of where they knocked down an asylum over in Dutchess.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Nice.
So they
go in there, go grocery shopping, have whatever
Right.
equipment you're using. You're walking around, looking at your grocery list. Spirit's don't forget the peas.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, they build stores on top of crazy souls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Crazy energy.
That's everywhere. That's everywhere. God, I haven't been up to
there's a lot
Dutchess
of
County in
insane-
forever. Is Utopia still up there?
Is what still up there?
Utopia still up there?
I don't
I don't know.
It's the head shop with all the pipes and bogs and bad T-shirts
so.
and then it is, and then right across the street's the All American Steakhouse or whatever, where it's a buffet steakhouse. I knew two. I knew 2 people that worked in there that claimed that place was haunted too, which I thought was interesting. I haven't been. I mean, I haven't been up in this way in forever.
Where do we think most of the insane asylums were located in this country?
Most of them? East Coast.
They're usually mostly in the suburbs of major cities, which is why the Hudson Valley has so many of them. You know, because we're so close to New York City. I mean, there's tons of them going from Letchworth to
I guess, right?
and have you guys ever been to Letchworth? Oh,
Yeah,
I love Letchworth.
A couple of the buildings they said
I have a lot of issues there
fire.
now. Yep. Yeah. Recently had a fire. Yep. Yep. I have a lot of issues when I go there now because people just call the cops on me when I'm live, even though I'm not going in the buildings. And it's to the point where they keep calling, and then the cops are like, "All right, we're getting too many phone calls. You gotta go. You gotta go. We know you're not walking in the buildings, but you gotta go." So I still walk the grounds. But the cemetery is just beautiful and sad. But that's such a. Have you guys ever gone to the cemetery off Cull
I
Hollow
have
Road
not
there?
been there yet.
No, not the
Oh,
cemetery.
you guys got to check that out.
I think we drove past
You got to
it.
check it out.
Where do you guys get the most activity? Where do you go where it's a regular, or do you have any regular spirits that come through in terms of, well, we go here, we're going to talk to this spirit again. They always come through. What's your where are your regulars?
So for me,
what's your cheers?
I'd say Mizir, Homestead, and Wappingers. In the original part of the house from the 1700s, we don't really know who he is yet. He says he's the judge, but there's a very, very cranky man that lives up in the attic that will kind of make you feel like pressure to get out, and then he'll come downstairs and kind of just keep an eye on things. We'll put REM pods on the stairs going up, and there'll be activity. I've sat on the stairs doing an Estes, and some crazy things have come out. Talking about churches and fires and
wow.
What else did they say, Lisa?
How far is that from you, John?
Wappingers? Oh man. Wappingers got to be like an hour from me. At least.
He was trying, I think he was telling us, he gave his children away too. He was telling the kids to get out. The judge gave his own children away. He didn't want them. You don't remember that? What?
Maybe they were shitty kids.
Well,
yeah, right. Maybe
that actually happened. He literally gave his children away.
All right, ladies, I have a question for the both of you. You ready? You have to pick only one piece of equipment to take with you into, let's say, supposedly the most haunted location you will ever get to experience in your life. One piece of equipment. What are you taking? A recorder. Okay. And what about you, Nicole?
I'm going to cheat and say my phone because I have a camera, a recorder, necrophonics.
And a flashlight.
Geophone, a flashlight.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart.
I love their last names too, John. All their last names remind me of my high school yearbook. It's like,
well, I can't see Nicole's hall. I got to move my picture to see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. It's like Is it Shivatoni?
Yep.
Did I say it right?
You did.
Yeah.
Lascola, Shivatoni. Right. It's like it's. I think every girl I went to high school with had at least 6 or 7 syllables in their name.
Yeah.
All of it. Right. It's like every single one. It reminds me of home. Like if everybody became. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I said to John before I brought you on, I can't think of a lot of all female teams, which is why like you guys stood out to me when I was watching things. I mean, I'm sure they exist and there's a few out there, but there's not a lot. There's always a token girl on every team, that's for sure. And then, but there's never like a full female team. Who on the team would you say? Is there anybody on the team that brings something completely different than the two of you to the table that really shakes things up?
Well, Susan is really great at historic research. She does mediumship, and she's actually an elementary school teacher.
That's fun. She must have fun on Halloween.
Yeah.
With her class.
But it's interesting because when we do our events, I'm like, okay, Susan, teach her voice. You have to like round everybody up. And she is so great and so organized.
Oh, that is nice. Sure.
She brings a really unique
So wait,
perspective to things.
did you just say she's a medium too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she? How many mediums? So how many mediums are you, Nicole? Are you saying you're a medium
I
or
am
not?
not a medium.
2. 2.5.
So you have 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so
have
just
3.
the 2 of you. 2.5.
No.
Lisa doesn't like to identify.
So it
Maybe
really brings credence to the saying, eyes and back of the head for Susan being a
Right.
medium and being a
Yeah.
teacher. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true. So do you guys ever get? Okay, so when you have 3 mediums or 2.5 mediums in the room, do you ever get the same thing or conflicting things?
A lot of times we get the same thing. A lot of times. Sometimes we get conflicting
That's
things,
cool.
but usually we're feeling the same things or sensing the same things.
What I've heard different mediums say what they feel is different. Is it what does it feel like for you when you get a sense? Is it like is it a weight or is it a vibration? Is it a frequency? I've heard like from clairaudient to clairsentient. What is it? Is it different for each of you?
I think so. I'm more sensing thing. Like I could feel if somebody's angry or sad, and I could just sense that it's a woman or like a child. Well, I'm not actually seeing it, but I have heard people talking. I've heard names in my ear, or I'll just blurt something out and they'll say, "Why did you say that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It just was told to me, but I don't, That's really all I can. I don't know. I wish I could see them more, but I have seen one full apparition once. No.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How many? What about the other mediums? Do they see or do they have a different vibe?
I feel like they all kind of get things like in their mind's eye where they can just kind of picture it or just sense that something's there rather than hearing clear voices or seeing like a full-bodied apparition.
Some of them seen things before.
Gotcha.
Like she'll say
All right.
the man's right here. The one time you got pushed, she saw him in the hallway before he got pushed.
This is true.
I was actually just about to ask that. I was just about to ask that question. Has anything physical ever happened to anybody on the team? So I'd love to hear the story.
So we were at the Columns Museum and we were doing ghost tours there late at night last year. And it was me and Susan, and we had apparently overstayed our welcome. Because you know how you can feel when somebody's standing behind you, like you sense their energy or whatever, you just know somebody's behind you. So I felt like there was a very tall man standing behind me, very close, and just kind of grabbed my hip and just like a gentle like push, like, an elderly man almost would have been like, all right, let's move it along. Nothing menacing, nothing scary.
Okay, just like all right, come on, time for you to go. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I told Susan, and Susan's like, "There's he's standing behind you. He's telling you, he's tapping his watch, telling us it's time to go."
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
like a pushing you aside, pushing you out of the way, but not like a shove. Like all right, let's go. Yeah.
Like
Okay,
a
like
gentle,
a nudge. Gotcha. Very cool.
or a shooing. Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been choked in the basement of the Pasha House in Montgomery. There is a not so friendly spirit there. We think that it may be a homeless person who was in the building when it was abandoned in between being a funeral home and being the art school. And it was myself and another person down there, and we just felt like a choke, and we had to tell it to back off.
Nicole, why do you think the ghosts hate you so much that they want to push you and shove you and choke you out of the way? What are you doing to these ghosts?
I am not doing anything. I am not provoking. I'm the one that gets sent out as ghost bait all the time. We saw a shadow figure. Yeah, we saw a shadow figure. Clear.
Lisa, why are you making this? Why are you making poor Nicole the ghost bait?
Well, she gets a little sassy sometimes, so they're getting her back.
Oh, the truth comes out. The plot thickens. What? So what does she do? What does she say? How is she disrespectful to the ghosts that they're pushing
No,
back?
she's not. She's not. But I mean, if I feel like when we're walking into that space, something does not be in there, I respect it. A lot of times that I say, I'm not going to go in there where she's going to be like, I'm going in. And she'll go in. So she's not. She has no fear.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I like hearing about your story. I like hearing about your haunts, literally where you guys go. It's fun. It's fun to find out new places, new perspectives, how you approach scenes, what you take away from each scene as you go into the next one. And I really love hearing about how you add the history and use some of these funds to help restore these things and donate. I think that's great. That's really great. Look, thank you again. I really appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having us on. And John, when you're in the area, or if you want to look up for an investigation, we'd love to have you out sometime.
Yeah, hey, definitely. That sounds fun.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, let them push him for a while.
Yeah, I'll be the bait.
They love pushing him.
Yeah.
They'll
go
be
the
in there
big worm
first.
on the little hook. Why not?
He'll do it.
Yeah, why not? All right, awesome. Ladies, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And
thank you again.
For the stories and the info.
I really appreciate it. They were super fun, although the tech on her shit was terrible. I'll fix that up before I repost it, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I think it was like her first interview or something. But it's really interesting. Like, you know what's really also about them, and is the age gap, right? I mean, just sort of really bringing in.
That's usually the way it is in the paranormal, though. That's usually the way it is. Like, dude, even like the demographics of my audience. Like, yeah, people joke around, oh, they're just a bunch of old ladies, but you ask for everybody's ages, and it's all over the place.
It's crazy, right? Everyone's interested in the dead.
It's all over the place. I mean, and I think that has to do with just the fascination of this field. It just captivates people of all ages.
So while we were on there, I couldn't, first of all, even though they told me I was going to be allowed to shut off your feed, like your channel to get everybody over, I couldn't, of course, right?
Okay.
So it stayed on, and your chat was going crazy because you had a mad hater in your chat today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
nice.
Apparently there was someone absolutely, they were like, please get a mod over here. Like, please get a mod on John's channel. Like somebody really.
Oh, they must have been spamming. They must have been spamming.
Really specific. Look at this guy, Luke Exkel or something.
Dude, there's so many. No, I don't even know. It doesn't even register. I have no idea who he is.
Right.
Dude, that's just the nature of the beast, man. There's so many haters. And I just don't get it. I'm starting to realize something.
He was coming. He's like, I'm reading the chat, and you'll go back and look. He's like, don't watch this, especially with John. Like, he was coming at you.
Wow, man. Yeah. Well, I hope his day gets better.
I guess.
I hope his day gets better. Dude, I realized that the broken logic that is swelling within the paranormal community and fracturing the paranormal community is insane. Who likes this? Who likes that? That's not the way you should do it. This is the way you have to do it. It's ridiculous. It is insane. I say to each their own. If someone wants to go and investigate a haunted location wearing a tutu or a codpiece with a fucking swirly light on their damn head while talking like Mickey Mouse to the spirits, who gives a shit? Seriously, who cares? And it's just so insane how people are acting. And it's just part of the gig. It's just that's what it is.
It's so true. That's right. Yeah, Amber, it's so true, right? I find it amazing that people will burn calories on things they don't like.
Yes.
I like picking fights with people who attack first, just because when I get bored, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And somebody was saying something on one of the videos, and then I eventually kicked them off, but they started going, what a lazy creator you were.
Who,
which
me?
set me off. Yeah, which set me off. And it was like, I've asked 100 times what he's using and he doesn't respond. Why doesn't he have a frequently asked question? You know, and it's like, or he doesn't respond to the chat. This is on a video, not on the live.
Yeah.
This is on a video. Like I put a comment here. There's 900 comments. It's like, you know, and so, but I saw it and I'm like, you know, he answers this question every 15 minutes. And he's live 6 hours a day. And it's, anyway, and we just went out and then I started making fun of this person.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know what? Listen, it's perception. It's perception, right? Somebody comes in, they might view me as a lazy creator. Well, first off, hell yes, I am a lazy creator because I'm not creating anything, right? That's why I try to tell people when it comes to content creating and spirits, unless you're faking, you're not creating anything. I can go live in this apartment right now, okay? And nothing will speak to me. What am I going to do? It's just the way it is. Or I might get a spirit say, hey, I miss your family. Where the hell is your wife, John? You know, where the hell are your kids? Did they leave you? You know, like, which they did. I mean, listen, it's ridiculous. And
yeah, dude, listen, and I am set, unless I can get you guys to move, you know, to also follow and join the community on Reddit and join our subreddit. I will eventually get banned from Reddit. I hear you've been having a field day.
You've been on a streak. So what was your latest getting kicked out? What was it? I'm telling you.
I think I'm on the verge of getting kicked out of the witchcraft Reddit.
You gotta make this a series, you know, for
because it's just I'll get kicked off. I'll get kicked off of Reddit entire. Here's what Reddit is. Reddit is a series of
personal opinions
on thin ice that is controlled by nerds that think that it's nightclubs. Yeah. Like basically every mod is the doorman of a nightclub they could never have gotten into in their lives. So they treat it. And then you'll go to these subreddits, and they were the first, right? They've been around for years, so they got the best name. And you think you're walking into a community of like-minded people, but you're not. What you're walking into is a community controlled by like 15 mods who decide, and they have a list of rules, bro, like a list of rules of everything that is allowed and not allowed. And then it always is up to the discretion of the mod, right? Ultimately, it's this ubiquitous rule.
If you don't fit into the pecking order, you're out.
And I'll even ask, sometimes I'll ask, can I post this? Can I post here? And it's like, you know, I think your community will like this. It's an interview with a witch, or it's an interview with a past life regression person. And you're just trying to promote and put money in your pocket. I'm like, yeah, but it's still on point. It's just like two things can be true.
Yeah.
Right? What maybe they'll like it. Maybe people interested in past life regression in the fucking past life regression subreddit would want to see this woman who's a licensed and popular therapist say something about past life regression. Maybe it could serve maybe they'd enjoy it. And then, man, I'll get into it too, man, because it's, you know, you just want to.
Sounds like you're posting a GoFundMe or your donation link. It's ridiculous.
And they're going like, you know, and they're just, you know, if you to teach somebody something and ask for money is, you know, there's strings attached. I go, do the teachers not get paid in your world? What about doctors? Do they not get paid in your world?
Yeah, right.
Where is this wonderful place where everyone gives away their stuff for free?
I want to
live there. Everything's free. The entitlement, dude. The entitlement of it.
I know.
And this is the worst part. I'm just ranting on Reddit.
Yeah, go for it.
Reddit has quite a wonderful system of it's not likes or unlikes, it's arrows. So when you like something, you give it an arrow up. And the more arrows up, the more popular it is and the more it's in the feed. If you don't like it, it goes down. There is a natural order to what works and what doesn't. So why not let people post it, right? And then if people hate what I'm putting on there, it's going to drop. It'll sink. I'll get low karma points. I won't be, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the whole, it is actually quite a democratic system. No. So why are there these mods that need to ban it out of the gate? You know what I mean?
Control.
They're the worst, dude.
It's a control thing. Listen, I've gone through it. when I was first starting out and doing all this, I went through a lot of mods. A lot of mods that I had to get rid of because of control. Because I was noticing it's like, oh shit, all right, this person's getting a little too crazy here. Like, why are they doing this? Oh, it's a control thing, So I get it. I know exactly how that goes, but it's just
Anyway,
ridiculous. Well, I stay away from
ridiculous.
Reddit. I stay out of Reddit. I you know how I feel about Reddit.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Reddit.
I would just love any fans here to join me on Reddit just to have my back every once in a while because they're like, it would be great.
Right. Get your karma points up.
Get my karma points up. Go over there and be like, back me up, man. Like, back me up.
Yeah. Well, that was a pretty good episode. They were a lot of fun.
That's pretty good. I get distracted easy when someone's equipment is shit. Yeah. So but I'll fix it for when I redrop it. I'll fix her audio up. But it's I don't know, man. It's 2025. Like, I guess she doesn't need all that good equipment for when she's out there hunting ghosts. But
I think she was having some internet. I think her internet was slow too, because the picture.
No, but you know what's funny? It's like, but you could just see Nicole, right? Nicole's like a podcaster, and she's got this like kick-ass backdrop with the neon thing, like right? It's just she's like ready. Right? I'm ready for 2025 and social media.
Yep.
And then Lisa's like, I don't give a fuck. I got a Van Halen guitar back here. Yeah. There might be a fan blowing. I don't know. There's people rock. You know what I mean? She's like, I don't care. There's ghosts. It's like this. You're gonna deal. It's my world, and you're living in it. So deal with the static.
Yeah. So it was.
But they're
great.
Fun. I do like that. I do like their approach to things. I do like how they donate. They give back. Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole to keep this stuff going.
Yeah. Listen, the preservation of history is a very important thing, and they do it quite well, it seems.
Brian, I will never say I love Pennsylvania. I don't need I don't need your help that much.
You love Pennsylvania.
Brian wants me to say I love Pennsylvania, and then he'll go to Reddit and have my back. No.
Oh shit! He gave you the ultimatum. Do it, Gary.
I'm
Get
kidding.
Them karma points.
Nope, I'm not gonna do it. There's other people on here who love me. They'll go out there and do it. They'll back me up. I need Brian. Brian. That was a good one, man. It was fun. But listen, again, guys, we've got great episodes coming up. Mike Dorsey, executive producer of Ghost Adventures House Calls and the Ted Bundy files that is airing now on Fox Nation, is on Tuesday. The guy makes this stuff. It's great. The Andrew Perrin episode is out. And if you want to see these things early, become a member. Otherwise, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this on John's Santa Paranormal channel, please come over to Splintered Spirits, because we are going to phase out the lives on Santa Paranormal soon enough. I was going to phase it out halfway through, but it didn't let me do it. Otherwise, I would have quit the whole thing, but we'll figure that out next time. Instagram, thank you for being here. If there's anyone there, I think there's maybe one person left, but it's got some people sticking around, came in and out.
Cool.
That's it, guys. I appreciate it.
Guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you Thursday. Do we have an episode drop Tuesday? No, right? Is there any remaster?
Yes, I said it like 14 times. Mike Dorsey's episode.
See, nobody pays attention. Yo, new episode coming out this Tuesday.
I mentioned this Mike Dorsey like 100 times. Executive producer, Ghost Adventures House Calls. Yeah, that's Tuesday.
That's this Tuesday. This Tuesday drops.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Later.
Well, that's it for another episode of Splintered Spirits. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay curious.